This is the Core 2 video for the classwork on volume. First of all, I will work problem number 1. Starting with volume is three-dimensional. So I look at the SAT reference sheet. These formulas are for area. They only have one dimension. When I have 3 dimensions, these formulas are the ones for volume. I'm going to be working with these formulas today. And I look at what I have. I actually have a prism has a length and a width and a height. I'll go back. I'll write the formula. Volume equals length times width times height. I find my length, and I look at one of the faces. I'm looking at the top face in this picture. My length is 12. My width is 12. And my height is 4. So my volume is let's use the calculator that looks like the one for school. So I do 12 times 12 times 4. I get 576. I know my answer is A. Take 2 minutes and do problem number 2. Find the length, width, and height. Problem number 2. Having done number 2, let me show you number 3. So you can work on problem number 4. Problem number 3, again, is a volume problem, and it is also a prism. It's a box. So I start off with length, width, height. So my length is 12. My width is 4. And my height, I'm sorry, my length is 2, because this side is the same as this side and the same as this side. So my length is 12, my width is 2, and now my height is 4. So my volume equals 12 times 2 times 4. And I get 12 times 2 times 4 is 96. I think now you can do question 4. I think we can do 2 minutes this time. All right. I forgot to circle my answer, 96. Let's look at problem number 5. Number 5 is a triangular prism. That's different, and you'll notice that's not on the SAT reference sheet. I only have the rectangular prism. But one thing we notice, we can take the area of the base. Length times width is actually the area of the rectangle at the bottom or the rectangle at the top of the box or the prism. So I know that I'm actually doing area times the height. So I'm going to find the area of my triangle and multiply that by the height. The area of my triangle is the base times the base of the triangle times the height of the triangle. So I know I have a triangle down at the bottom, and my triangle on the top is the same as the triangle on the bottom. So I know that this distance is 6, this distance is 8, and I can do the area by doing area of the triangle equals 1/2 times 8 times 6. And that's the same as 8 times 6 divided by 2. So, in my calculator, 8 times 6 divided by 2. 24. Area of the triangle equals 24. To get my volume now, I take the area and I multiply that by the height. And my height is 4. So 24 times 4 is 96. Take a look now at problem 6. Find the area of the triangle. You're looking at this triangle, but it's also the same as this triangle. Take 3 minutes on that. go on to question 7. Question 7 is a sphere. We're asked to find the volume of each figure. So with question number 7, I have a sphere. I go back to the reference sheet. The reference sheet, I see a picture of a sphere right here. There's a strange looking formula there, but we can work with that. We can plug numbers into that formula. Volume equals 4/3 pi r to the third power. So I'm going to write that formula. And I'm going to rearrange it. 4 times pi times r cubed divided by 3. So I'm going to treat the 4/3 as two numbers. I multiply by the 4, I divide by the 3. And r, as always, starts at the center. When we work with a sphere, we're going to think about a circle. So a circle going around the sphere, like the equator goes around the Earth. I've got my radius, and I'm told the radius is 11. So I just use my formula, 4 times pi times 11 to the third power divided by 3. So in my calculator, 4 times pi times 11, and on this calculator I have x to the y. On your calculators, the school calculators, you just see a little angle. We call it a caret. It just means raised to the power. 11 raised to the power of 3. And then I divide by 3. 4 times pi times 11 to the third power divided by 3 equals 5,575. Try that with problem number 8. Once again, a sphere and a radius. And see what you get. We'll go with 3 minutes. Most of you, I think, can do it in 2. It will take 3 minutes. number 9. Question number 9, now I have a pyramid. Pyramids are a little bit different, but the formula is still there. Actually, I would calculate the volume of a prism with with those same dimensions. You'll notice for my pyramid, still length times width times height, but since most of it is cut away, I multiply by 1/3. And I'm going to say that's the same as dividing by 1/3. So, volume equals 1/3, length times width times height, and actually, I said dividing by 1/3, length times width times height divided by 3. So instead of multiplying by 1/3, I'm going to divide by 3. I get the same answer. If I look at my pyramid, first of all, length and width, and my height, 12, divided by 3. So, 11, 11 times 11 times 12 divided by 12 divided by 3. 44. Take a look now at problem number 10. Find the length, the width, and the height. Plug them into the formula. The only difference now is that it's dividing by 3. We should be able to do that in 3 minutes. done with problem number 10. Let's look at problem number 11. Actually, problem number 11 is once again a rectangular prism. Solve it the same way. I think I'm going to go on to number 13. Number 13 is a triangular prism. So now I no longer have a reference sheet, but I have to use the fact that the volume of a prism is just the volume of the volume of the pyramid is the same as the volume of the prism, or in this case, the volume of a cone is the same as the volume of a cylinder. So my cylinder, the volume is pi r squared h. Volume of the cone is pi r squared h divided by 3. Volume of the pyramid is the volume of the prism divided by 3. And the volume of the prism was the area of the face times the height. So for my triangular prism, my triangular pyramid, I look at the area of the triangle. I have my triangle here. Area of the triangle equals 1/2 base times height, or area of the triangle equals 6 times 8, and instead of multiplying by 1/2, I divide by 2. Area of the triangle equals 6 times 8 divided by 2. 24. The volume of the prism then would be 24 times the height, which is 10. But since it's actually a pyramid, not a prism, I have to multiply by 1/3. In other words, V equals 24 times 10 divided by 3. So I go to the calculator. 24 times 10 divided by 3 equals 8. Let's look now at problem number 14. Take a quick look at that. We can do that in 3 minutes.